You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
What is up, everybody? This is CBSI presents Tales from the Flipside, number 138. 138, boys. We are ready to roll. Dino, second show in a row. We are trying to make that Iron Man streak get back together. We'll see how long I can keep this up.
The room looks a little put together. We're getting there.
Until you go downstairs, and then I just ordered like $1,500 worth of lumber, so it's gonna be a good days.
To build a party room takes some time, man.
Yeah, hey, the club is it's shut down right now, but we're gonna rebuild it. After a couple of police raids and stuff like that, you got to rebuild. It's kind of like having a tornado down in like Tornado Alley. We're just gonna pick up and rebuild. It's gonna be all
right. I trust you.
I've been looking at a lot of guys' Instagrams for like their rooms, especially the guys with like the chairs.
Got to get that internet.
Looks like he stole Nico's internet. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Starting out good. Z is calling in from boring Middle West, but I do have internet, so better than 2 of 5 of us.
I feel attacked.
Dude, I'm on Comcast, bro. That's my problem.
I'm Nico, your weekend update correspondent with comicbookinvest.com. I want to thank the Batman for commenting my one lone comment on my Comic Book Invest article. I painstakingly craft in my free time. My fingers hurt from all the typing. So thank you, Batman.
Yeah, wonderful.
I'm your number one fan too.
If you get one comment, the Batman is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least that's a decent one.
Yeah, that's what the name my roommate goes by. The Batman. Just kidding.
I can't follow that.
Yeah.
I can't follow that. What up, everybody? Brian over here. We were going to introduce a new member of the Flipside gang. She is a longtime crew member of the IG speculation and comic group. I guess you could say she's pretty knowledgeable on a lot of that stuff, and we're really excited to have her and to have her new show on the channel, Comic Book Women. Jen, thank you. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
So my name's Jennifer. I've been into comics before I could read, and a longtime lurker of all comic shows on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, we're just gonna move on. We're gonna act like you've always been here. So, we're gonna get started on some how our weeks went. You guys, I already know Nico's week. Like, I don't even want to. Like, I'm pissed off about that week, but. What about you guys? How was your week?
I'll go first. I guess I'll go first. I got a comic from eBay. It took me 6 months. It got delivered to my old house, and there's a problem with it. So I don't. Should we wait for pickups at the end, or should I just show it off?
You could show it off. We'll make an exception.
Okay, good.
Oh boy.
So I bought a slab because that's what I do. Let's see if I can get the lighting right. So I'm at the new crib, so I don't really know. So I bought a Horizon Zero Dawn #1, right? Peach Momoka, right? Everybody loves Peach Momoka, right? Pretty cool. There we go. That's even better. And the problem is so it looks all great, right? Until you get to the bottom, and what is that?
A chunk of slab.
The piece of.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Hey, let me move it down a little bit. Where'd it go? Oh, it went down. Where did I put it? Oh, I don't even know where I put it. I did something to it.
Is it between the slab and the plastic, or is it? It's not in the book. I mean, it's not going to damage anything.
It's not in the book side, is it? Is it? It's probably in between the slab and the
inner wall.
That's really
yeah.
I moved the okay.
He did, in fact, steal my internet.
So it's got
He did get it, man. Jesus. Yeah. Did you do like some kind of voodoo to him? You had to expunge your demons? He's like, the bad internet must go somewhere. There's only so much to go around. I am going to send it to Dino.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Are we better now?
No. Well,
my neighbor's playing Call of Duty, bro. It's fucking me up. I'm never calling about it. So yeah, it's bumping around. Yeah, it's in between the interwell and the case.
Could be worse. The corner could be taken off, and then you'd really have to send it back.
Well, I wouldn't. I text the guy. He's like, just call CGC. They'll replace it for free. I'm like, oh, I'm not really worried about it, honestly.
they probably will, but yeah,
it's a hassle of it, I guess. So whatever.
Yeah,
so, I don't have it. I don't. Yeah,
it's not a bad book to have.
I don't know. I thought we always talk about like video game comics. So I'm thinking Last of Us, Tomb Raider comics, yada yada yada. So I'm like, Horizon's gonna turn into a movie, I bet. So I'm sure that's one of those you forget about it.
It's a great game.
It is a great
I have
game.
no idea what that means, but I am enjoying it.
I have found a new drink of choice.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
Squirt is going to be really sad that you have left their sponsorship.
Well, yes, it is, but it's grapefruit juice and Pink Whitney, and Dino should know what Pink Whitney is, right?
Yes.
It's grapefruit flavored vodka from the what's that podcast called? The hockey show, Spit and Chicklets.
Yeah,
this shit's fucking amazing. With just add grapefruit juice to it. Holy shit, unreal.
Do you get a no sugar grapefruit or you get real grapefruit?
I get real grapefruit, dude.
Because the sugar content in grapefruit, man, you're gonna have hell of a hangover with that thing, man.
Yeah, probably. So
He drinks responsibly, unlike some of us.
yes, very rarely. So, well, what about you, Z? Would you anything fun?
I don't even remember, man. It's been a blur.
Well, Nico, we'll wait for you for your pickups, but there's been some news of the week that we should probably start talking about because it's been pretty busy in the interwebs.
For all the stuff that was supposed to happen in these like DC events and Marvel events, all of a sudden it's now all coming out, which is hilarious.
Yeah. And another thing I do want to say is I was impressed just by how not completely shittier than Star Wars Celebration, the Hasbro PulseCon thing was. Like if that beat Star Wars Celebration, then I'm cool. Like it could be bad, but as long as it wasn't as bad as Star Wars Celebration, so that wasn't bad. The Hasbro PulseCon, but we'll get into more about that later. All right, so this Nick Fury talk with Sam Jackson coming back. What do you guys think?
To be expected.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, they're pumping the train right now because he was just doing all the cover voiceover work for Monday Night Football with the Ravens and the Chiefs right now. They had a big like Marvel crossover. They made like a comic book out of characters out of Mahomes and Lamar Jackson tonight. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think they're realizing the movie world is going to be dicey for a while, so let's double down on this Disney Plus content. I think they realize they can do a Nick Fury show lower budget than a lot of things, and they can do a lot of things with it. It could be just almost an anthology if they wanted. I mean, they haven't commented anything at all. It could be all kinds of angles they could go.
I think it's very smart. I think
speaking of beautiful bald men,
Very smart. Hi, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
Stein might have us all beat with his pickups tonight, though. You never know.
No, not really.
we're talking Nick Fury and Disney Plus, and what do we think? What do we want to go with? Any thoughts, opinions?
For Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Well, that the news of the Nick Fury Sword Secret Invasion stuff, I guess, right?
All they've said is Nick Fury. I mean, they haven't commented any of the rest, have they?
Yeah, but that's what everybody's talking about, right? They're talking about Secret Invasion.
It's probably got to be a setup for some of the other movies, right? They decided they needed to do something.
Yeah.
Is that coming out like early? Like right after WandaVision and stuff, or is this like?
I don't think they're even filming it yet, as far as I know.
Exactly. Yeah. What was real interesting too is that they indicated that Sam Jackson was going to do a Mace Windu series, and that there was going to be a younger iteration of him that was going to be, kind of like the key figure on that television series. I wonder if he brokered a deal to do both, and we get kind of sort of like a flashback. If they try to tell some of the backstory of him as, Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then, roll that into something else.
How old is Samuel Jackson now?
It's kind of that's been the talking point for a lot of people. They're like, is this guy just trying to get it in while the getting's good?
Why not? Good for him.
Yeah,
he's a good Nick Fury. Like, he's not a bad Nick Fury. I didn't when I'll be honest, like when they first announced he was playing that role, I just, even though he was we already saw him in the Ultimates by that point, I still was like, I don't see it, and he killed it. He's good at it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Our buddy Carter picked up a Battle Scars newsstand. He called me to see if he should spend $9 on it. I wanted to come through the fucking phone and murder him.
Oh wait, Battle Scars. Hold on, I'll be back.
You got a stack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the book that I bought too many of was the Spider-Man, or the Marvel team up with Spider-Man and Iron Man on it. That's like the first Ultimates Nick Fury. And then everybody went with the Battle Scars because it has a better cover.
Yeah. I think we did the bad decision of that.
Yeah. I definitely made the wrong decision.
All right, Z.
You got away? Get the fuck out of here.
That's awesome.
Like the reveal of Coulson and Fury Jr.
Wow, that's
as
pretty
cool as it gets, bro.
Yeah.
Where the heck did you get that?
I don't know. Comic Link, Comic Connect, something.
Jesus, man. Wait, put that back up. Let's ponder
He's
that.
just so nonchalant about
I
it.
know. What an asshole.
Like, so I just have this major piece of art history.
You know how much that major piece of art cost me?
I would hope a fortune.
Like under $200.
Oh, you fancy motherfucker! You.
Wow.
Congratulations, sir.
How?
Yeah, how did you get
Nobody
it?
cared.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It
Well
was
done.
Oh, who cared about Nick Fury? Sorry.
Yeah, I literally have a short box of that Marvel team up that I probably spent more on than you did on the OA.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Like, that's literally where they say the names each first. I mean, because they appear in the books for the whole series, and then at the end they reveal who they are.
That's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah.
Strong as it gets.
It was one of those. Oh, that's a cool page. Why not for $100?
Do you guys think they're going to include Maria Hill?
I would think she almost has to, right?
She's a good character.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's going to be her, Monica Rambeau, and then they try to, finagle in some of these other stragglers and just do Sword with the flashback.
I should she's like super underutilized though so far. Like, I know they tried to do her like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She did like an episode or two, but like I kind of bought a couple of those comics, the first Maria Hill, for $1, thinking, oh maybe, and then like no one cares. I'm like, well, I still like it. So
Which one is that? The New Avengers one?
yeah,
Which one? New Avengers. New Avengers.
it's in the before issues. She had like 4 or 5.
All right, so
I think the issue is it's really hard when nobody cares about Coulson, who like has been the person that ties it all together, for people to like care about the secondary and tertiary ones, you know?
wasn't there this news? Didn't this come with another bit about another character? Wasn't there another character that came with this news that we got some information about in the MCU today or this week?
About from Sword, Abigail.
Yes. Okay, that's what it was. All right. And then I also saw, I think this is old, but I think I saw it today. I saw they were filming Winter Soldier again, and they were filming scenes with George St. Pierre playing Batroc, the Leaper. I think that's so goddamn funny that George St. Pierre is playing that role. Like,
Is it for
it's
sure
gotta- what's that?
confirmed?
It's confirmed that George St. Pierre is playing Batrock,
Nice.
but they
did-
don't know. They haven't confirmed the girl yet, and they're thinking the girl is the Thunderbolts one. She's a character in the Thunderbolts.
Pink hair. I can't remember her name.
Yeah. So she's she's filming the scene with them. It's the actress is the actress that was in.
It's the Thunderbolts like 07 series or something.
Yeah. So I could still see them doing that for the TV series. The Thunderbolts would be a great lineup of villains / storylines for those TV series. I think it would be perfect.
How is GSP gonna act though? He can't. You barely can understand his accent.
He can, in fact,
That's
barely
the
talk.
character. That's the character. Isn't Batrock like super French in the comics? Like
He was in Winter Soldier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. Didn't he play Batrock in Civil War? Yeah. Exactly. That's I saw that. So they started filming that again, which is good to see.
Yeah, the rumor is they're going to film Thor 4 starting in October, which sort of shocked me. What the hell's going on there?
They got to do something.
Well, it's just strange the way that it's almost as if they're shaking up the lineup of these films. And that's something that we haven't talked about, which is them pushing out the release date on Black Widow rather until May of 2021. Do you guys think that puts all of the television related books in the forefront? What's kind of the impact of that on the market and just kind of like on comic dumb?
Just everything's delayed. Like I think everyone kind of knows it.
Well, I think it sometimes can present you a buying opportunity on some of it because people have very short-term memories.
Yes.
At this point, they've forgotten all the Black Widow spec, and they're gonna start dumping it or just kind of forget, and it's gonna get cold, and maybe there's a chance to buy some of that, and especially some of that further down the line stuff.
You got any real faith in Yelena?
The actress wasn't she the actress that was in that wrestling movie with The Rock?
She's an incredibly decent actress. I just don't know whether or not people will cling to her the way they have with some of these other characters. It appears like she's going to be around for a while, right? Like at least the speculation is that she's going to be a fixture in the Thunderbolts, and that she'll appear in multiple films. Yeah, thank you.
I think it depends. How do they handle the next phase? Who else do they put around her? I mean, because the MCU is great because it's an ensemble of great people. So if they put her with some other characters that are interesting and some other actors that do great work, then it'll work. If they,
can William Hurt hold on long enough to play Thunderbolt Ross?
No. No. But CGI is a wonderful thing.
But we'll take it.
I mean, they've recast the Hulk 3 times, so you can recast Hurt.
Well, this question right here brings up something interesting. Is Black Widow ever going to come out? What's the deal with that?
May 2021.
Yeah, May. I mean, I would pay $30 for that, but
I heard they were scrubbing release dates off of posters in Europe and shit because they have to delay again.
Yeah,
dude. Now that's a good spec play. Trying to get some of those earlier posters.
As you have like the number one slot in that spec play behind you. So, very nice.
I mean, how much did they put into that movie? Like $250?
Could have been real expensive.
Let me look that up. Hold up.
They can't afford to drop it on Disney Plus. That's the issue.
Yeah. There's no chance that they can do that, especially, and they can't really afford to put it out when. I mean, you saw New Mutants got nothing. Tenet got nothing. 200 million.
Movies all build upon each other. It's like a comic book, because you kind of have to see them all, and if we all miss this piece of it, it's going to throw it off, and there's too much money at play. They don't want to lose steam. They'd rather just take it back.
So my concern is kind of like, what happens if you delay the films and you just keep rolling out these TV shows. I just wonder if Marvel loses some of its mojo, or if people are just so damn hungry for films. I mean, there's a large chunk of people that are scared that we may never go back to theaters again. And I think that's kind of some crazy fear mongering. But there's unrest generally in the market, I think.
Well, I think the theater is a different experience, and I think the younger generation probably goes less than we do or did. I mean, they pirated or they'll wait or it's different. So I think it's always going to be different. It's going to be a smaller thing, and I think blockbusters are going to have to live on a slightly smaller scale. But I think people still like going to the theater. It's a part of our culture.
Yeah, I think it's stress reliever, big time.
Yeah, the Ms. Marvel castings haven't stopped. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. I just feel like, so we know that they're gonna jam pack all the movies once things start opening in 21 and 22. I think I saw a screenshot of someone with the new release dates, and it's like 4 or 5 movies in a year, right? And if you have this Disney Plus content that whatever doesn't directly is impacted with Black Widow, you can just put that out there. I think the Nick Fury thing might be another way of like doing something smaller that's like independent that you can do on like that amazing Mandalorian film set that's like self-contained. And like if they just do a bunch of those things, I think that should sustain it long enough. So hopefully things do open back up, and then we'll just get like tons of movies, like almost like every other month. I think they said they were gonna do.
I think not only will it sustain it, I think it'll come to show us that we would rather see them in the TV series than in the movies. Like I really think it's starting to get there where we would rather see a longer, nicely fleshed out character study on these characters rather than a 2.5 hour movie that has to pack like all this information in such a short period of time. We'd rather see, I think, it fleshed out. I think we're getting to that point.
I think it depends on the character, you know?
Well, and you can just do the Disney Plus characters, build out their whole entire the character arc, and then have them all come together in that like amazing like Endgame kind of movie, and you're going to be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You can't have Avengers on the scale of a Disney Plus. Avengers is a theater experience.
True.
But some of those other movies, maybe.
I think this is really interesting. RJ brings up, what do you guys think of James Gunn saying Margot Robbie is the greatest actor he's ever worked with? And I could see that. Like some of those early movies she was in before she played Harley, didn't she win like an Oscar already before even playing Harley?
I think
she was nominated for the Wall Street thing.
Yeah, she's killed it, and she was so good as Tanya Harding.
She's exceptional. But also, let's be honest. If you were a director and you got to direct Margot Robbie, wouldn't you say she was the greatest actress that you've ever worked with?
Yes.
Regardless of whether or not she could fucking remember her lines, I'd be like, she's got the touch.
Well, whoever wrote Birds of Prey was terrible because that was dog.
Oh, so bad.
I still haven't seen it. I'm so glad.
I was watching it one night, and I decided to go to bed.
Yeah, so it's.
Did
so
you really
bad.
think it was that bad?
Yeah, I fucking hated it.
Hot
Really?
garbage.
Well, now listen, I've seen it once, and I must say that, like, you know, like your opinions of things are shaped by your experiences surrounding those things. So I drove like 40 minutes to get one of those like AMC whatever theater comic books.
Oh yeah.
And then that theater wasn't participating, so I was fucking heated.
Oh.
So if it was like, you know, The Godfather Part 2, I'd be like, I'm underwhelmed.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I'm not the audience. I mean, that was not the same movie audience they were aiming for. Suicide Squad. I'll let you go, Jen. I'm sorry.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I think the name change really hurt it. Like changing it right before it released, and people were kind of confused like what's going on, and even really calling it like the Birds of Prey. Like I think people were really hoping it was going to be Gotham City Sirens.
Yes.
And when it wasn't that, I think people were really disappointed. Like I still enjoyed it. I think there's still hope for some of those characters. I mean, I don't really like what they did with she plays a question later. Montoya.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. They really fucked up in that because the characters they chose, they didn't play them in the right way. I saw somebody in a conversation like this week that made the comment that you literally only saw the canary use her powers twice. Once was it you, Jen, that said that?
It's once or twice. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's not even. Yeah.
Yeah, she only uses it once in the beginning and once at the end of the whole movie. Like, why even have that character in the movie?
She's powerful. It's powerful. It's a powerful statement.
Like, I want them to then like do another movie about them and like give them more to like play with. Like, it was just way too many characters.
It was really rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was R-rated for the sake of being R-rated. You know what I mean? It was like they were trying to be edgy, but they weren't.
It felt like they were trying to do a Guy Ritchie movie without Guy Ritchie.
Maybe just make a quick buck.
Because it was trying to be like fast paced and funny, and it just didn't go. I don't know. And I don't know why we're on this diatribe, but sorry.
Anyway,
probably.
Yeah, let's keep moving with the news. We're half an hour in. You ready?
Yeah,
let's do it. Justice League Dark. Talk about Constantine and Zatanna showing up, and
well, they said it was going to be like a spin-off, but like they haven't done a primary, so I'm confused if they're both going on or if there's going to be.
DC's such a joke.
I hurt someone's feelings Saturday night talking about like my lack of faith in the Peacemaker TV series. I was just like, yeah, I'll fucking believe it because I'm still waiting for Green Lantern and a half a dozen other projects that I thought that they were gonna at least have the decency to cut like an animated thing for, which really, I guess kind of parlays into. You saw the bit The Rock did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a pro and was probably like, you guys are a fucking mess, a hot mess. Make something now. And then when they didn't, he probably paid someone to make something now and was like, these are the characters. This is what's coming.
Wasn't that
I'll make sure it's.
It was Boss Logic, right? That did the.
Oh, that did that animation?
No, the animation?
No,
yeah.
Boss Logic did for DC when DC dropped that little short.
Oh, but did you see it was like a little animated thing?
Was that?
Did you guys see that?
I know Boss Logic did the original like mock-up of him.
I
didn't know he did that anime.
They did. I mean, there was casting news of Hawkman.
Yes,
yeah, there's casting news of Hawkman, and then if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. And I can talk about it a little bit more. They basically outline which JSA characters are going to be appearing, and there's like him talking and the little animated things behind him.
Jen, you're right. It was by Boss Logic and Jim Lee. They worked together to make that animation.
Ah, all right. There we go.
It's pretty dope.
But, I mean, I think Peacemaker's gonna be better because at least John Cena's attached to it. I mean, well, I mean, I'm just saying it's not like it's not like some lowly character.
If he wants to do it, he's doing it. They'll let him do it.
Yeah, I mean, the question is just like when
and
like, are these coming?
Do people care? Obviously, because that book's selling through the moon.
Yeah.
Like I had a copy up. I had 2 copies, exact same condition. I sold one after the Suicide Squad trailer. I had it at $2.99 or best offer. I waited for a month and I got a $150 finally and took it. I put the other one up a week later, sold instantly at $2.99, and then 2 days later that show movie news came out.
Yeah, so we're 0 for 4 between the two of us on 4 copies.
Yeah, terrible. But I don't know. Let's not badmouth anything about Black Adam. I've been waiting for that movie too damn long.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled. I hope all the DC stuff happens, dude. I would love Constantine. I would love Zatanna.
I would
love Green Lantern.
I'm a little disappointed in Zatanna on the small screen versus the big screen, but maybe that's a better story place for her.
I'm just like traumatized. I'm like a traumatized like child, like hoping for my DC glory. Like, please God, something other than Batman that's quality on the big screen.
Well,
begging for it.
I think the issue is like it's HBO, but it's HBO Max. So we're all like hoping we get HBO quality fucking content on HBO Max, but we don't know because the only stuff we've really got is stuff that's transitioned from the DC Universe platform, which wasn't meant to be HBO.
Yeah. I mean, I like Swamp Thing. That was.
Yeah.
And then those no good pricks canceled it. Yeah.
I like it all.
Break my heart.
It's not, it's not big screen budget stuff. It's kind of small screen budget stuff.
Titans was good. Doom Patrol, I finally got around to starting to watch it. It's been exceptional. I'm hoping that it works on HBO. I thought Watchmen was tremendous. If DC just continues to knock out content, I'll be happy as can be. It's the waiting game, though, that just kind of kills me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to talk? Are we done with that? And we want to move on to the Yo Joe?
Well, before that, I want to talk about the Moon Knight rumor with.
F that. That's been going on for 2 years.
You don't think that has any legs?
No.
Come on, man. Come
What are
on.
you talking about?
Everybody wants Keanu.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he wants to play it.
People in hell want ice water. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
But he wants him to be in the MCU, man. That's a perfect role for him.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to give that any more time.
Yeah. Well, break my heart, man. Jesus Christ.
It'd be a lot cooler if he did.
John Cena. Let's talk G.I. Joe. Tom Holland, John Cena.
I'm not a John Cena fan. I don't like the guy. I think he's a goofball.
Likes him.
He's a goofball. I will say I'm just happy that they're. I'm happy that we're getting anything G.I. Joe. Anything G.I. Joe.
It's been a while.
They had The Rock save that franchise just to let it die.
Yep.
That would amaze me. I'm like, you had momentum and it just
And that first one wasn't too bad.
It just was. It's a little campy, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Potential.
Well, I like how they're rebooting it with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I think that's a nice key play. Like play on your best bets. Those are your best bets. And they're starting the story there. So, we'll see. But who the hell is Tom Holland going to play?
I could see John Cena as Duke.
Yeah, I could see Cena as Duke. But
Tom Sirius and whatever. Yeah, I don't know who Tom Holland is.
Yeah.
Flint.
He's a little scrawny for a
little.
while.
Yeah.
Roadblock. Wait,
no, that's not happening. No.
Is he going to be Scarlet?
He's gonna be the sailor. I don't know what's that guy's name.
Yeah. Shipwreck.
I just don't know. He's not. He doesn't scream, "Hey, Yo Joe."
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna be the in Transformers, the non-GI Joe character.
Oh, and they just snatch his ass up.
A la Shia LaBeouf in Transformers.
Squeaky voice. They just throw him under an arm and run with him.
Yeah, he's going to be like the guy that is just the running.
He'll be a hacker. He'll be like a hacker, and then they'll need him.
There we go. Yeah.
Hacker Joe.
I like that Jen's smarter than all of us. It really gives me a lot of faith that we can retire this podcast when her and the rest of the women start their own podcast and also something to watch.
I think
that's all I've ever really wanted.
There's something interesting that I wish would happen. I don't see it happening right now.
Ben's smiling because he knows that I said it's true.
Oh yeah,
he's like, me too.
True. By the way, Jen, nice to meet you. I'm Ben.
This is the Ben that writes the top 10, not the other Ben that people get confused, even though they have completely different hairstyles.
Yeah. I watch the shows. I know who he is. Very cool.
I'm not even sure the Yahoos in the chat always know.
No. It took several years to realize that there was two different Bens.
I really hope that some of this excitement will bring some more excitement into the comic game for G.I. Joe, because I feel like G.I. Joe has never really had that.
I almost bought a 155. As soon as I saw the news, I was like, "Damn, I don't have one." The first issue's been jumping. They just set a GPA record at I want to say $900 for a newsstand. First Storm Shadow, zooming on GPA. You got to look at it. I apologize for not having the numbers, but it went from 900 to 1200 to 2
such a hard
Gs
book to get in high grade. Super hard to get in high grade.
Yeah. There's just been a ton of sales, but it's worth looking at. I think you'll be kind of shocked at those numbers. So, I'm excited like you are that maybe there's potential for a live screen universe. And then I love those painted covers from back in the golden age. I think they're really underappreciated.
Yeah, but the ones
zips.
the ones that are super underappreciated, in my opinion, is the Image run, the Michael Turner stuff, the super rare Michael Turner stuff. Some of those rare variants are awesome. They did
we gotta talk McClay.
Yeah, some really cool graham cracker stuff. That's the fun stuff. And
you don't like the IDW stuff?
I love the IDW stuff too.
boy.
I think that's just as good. Well, not just as good, but it's just under.
Those are some of those are so hard to find.
Oh yeah, especially those incentive covers are just.
I'm ready. You guys just talk to me.
Well, basically rule of thumb, right? Pick up anything with snake eyes on it. Like, basically, that's rule of thumb. That's all you need to know. And any of those incentive snake eyes covers are really super hard to get. Ben snagged one of the best ones, the Purple Rain Homage, which is a crazy cover that I don't think I've ever seen ever.
Did I tell you I sold that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I sold it. Well, I did somebody else really wanted it, and I didn't really like it that much, so I gave it to him pretty cheap. But
I love that cover. That's one of the best ones of the run. The Action Force run, I don't know. With everybody being in love with foreign comics nowadays, like that Action Force run, all those Marvel UK books are really, really worth looking at right now.
There's potential for sure.
Ultra Maximus did a really good job talking about the Alan Moore run on Marvel superheroes, which is Marvel is Donny Cates Hickman's taking directly from for X-Men stuff, and that stuff is really hard to find. Those Action Force books are super hard to find. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Should we move?
Yeah. All right. Let's get in the market report. What do you say we do that?
Makes sense.
All right. And away we go.
I feel like I've not been on this podcast in like forever.
You haven't.
Forever.
We've missed you.
No.
Now that we got a chance, shout out to Comic Barricade. 10% off and free shipping. Use the code CBSI Tales. They got some new products coming out that are really kick ass. Check them out.
The XL is live, which is for slabs and magazine size, man. Awesome.
Ben,
stuff.
hey, before I forget, Sunday, you gonna be at that con?
Sunday? No, I am actually flying out tomorrow morning to Pensacola.
Where's this con?
It's in Cleveland.
Oh, no, I'm not going to fucking Cleveland.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to Cleveland. Come on.
Cleveland.
You need a hazmat suit, but it'll be all right.
All right. Here we go.
Lord of mercy.
Love this book.
Nico pointed this one out on his list, and I was like, that seems like a really low price. I went back on GPA, $292 in the census, 49 9/8, 79 6s. GPA in 2018, 413 for 9/8. 2019, 406. This one was 466. The sale before this in August was peculiar because it was 698. I don't know why that was. I couldn't find anything unusual about it. But actually, if you look back, 2014, this was like almost an $800 book. Because I sat here thinking, I had one of those, and I think I sold out at around $7. So it's one of those books that was exceptionally hard to come by. I remember there was like, maybe 10 or 20 9/8. And I think they've just kind of, the more they've come to market, it's lowered the number. But that outlier last month is interesting. I wonder if somebody's saw something in the trailer that interested them, or if just the trailer made it pop. But it is one of those classic, iconic books for her.
Gorgie doesn't come to market that often. That's why I liked it.
No, and it's a decent price. I am surprised that the one before it was higher. And again, like I said, it's one of those books that because the census kind of picked up, it dropped off like crazy.
Isn't there a DCU variant of this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
It'd be a lot cooler if there was.
I don't think there's a newsstand either. Maybe.
Do you guys really like this cover? Because it's really not my favorite.
I like it.
No, but it's just iconic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think of the bowling covers. I think he's got better ones.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But nobody cares.
I
You know what I
guess.
mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, they made a statue of this one, bro.
The market decides, my friend. The market decides.
Yeah, we keep saying that, but I think sometimes that market is
Whacked, bro.
yeah.
So whacked. This is more
All right,
like, here's a book you should sell at this price.
This
I
one,
love this book.
this one made no damn sense. So I was like, that price is good. Maybe that's a high 90.
No.
Census 60, 9/8s 25, 9/6s 24, 2018 average. Because I went and double checked this, thinking I'm crazy. 305, 2019 329, 12 month 250, high 9/8 sale 350. Not that long ago. So why is this raw 459?
Are you sure you looked at the fucking variant?
Yes. I swear to God, I double checked thinking I'm crazy.
I've always thought about these variants being just like pick them up any chance you get at.
Exactly. We've covered them in the past, dude. They're so hard to find.
I looked again thinking I looked at the regular one, and I went and it's sketched.
450 is a lot, though. I mean, and this is not one of the most sought after of those homage ones.
It's just interesting that one went so high. Maybe like it wasn't this month that 350 went, and maybe it's just been a long time since one came to market for a Spawn collector, and they went for it.
Well,
I don't know.
It was only a few weeks ago we were talking about these sketch covers bringing like $1,000 a piece.
But not all of them, dude.
Not all of them, and they're different ratios. So I don't know. I thought this was a higher ratio one. Still a hell of a result.
Yeah, it's a solid win. All right, this is a Nico special here, and I still have no fucking clue why it's worth money. This next one. Oh, you went out of order.
Definitely not that one.
I'm jumping, bro. Sorry.
All right, so sorry. We'll save that one for Nico being crazy. Just Batman 11. This is a conserved, so it's always interesting to see what the prices do to that one.
Is that your favorite Joker cover?
Top 3.
Solid one.
Top
Not
3.
my favorite, but
Top 3.
Golden Age.
It's a lot of people's favorite Golden Age Joker cover, period.
Yeah, I love the cards, man.
Would put it as number 2, but all time, no. I mean, I love the fish guns. Come on.
No, compared to what?
Fish guns.
I don't know, man. This is what was one of my dream books at a time. Like I wanted this more than AF-15 at a point.
If I didn't know this conserved was going to go this cheap, I might have made a play on it.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever done an homage of this.
That's a great point. Nothing that is very you can't really remember.
Hey, when we sell out and start doing our own little retailer variants, we'll keep that one in mind. Jen saves the day again.
There we go.
I like you say when we sell out.
Yeah.
Like
it's inevitable.
It's either I'm more surprised we haven't.
Yeah.
Or if it's when. Yeah. All right, so 264 in the census, which is actually surprising to me, but I suppose almost all the copies are in the census at this point. There are 294s, 490s.
Wow.
20 of them in this particular grade of 4.5. Recent sales I could find in the ballpark. A 2019 sale of a 5.0 for $5,200. A 4.0 in 2019 for $4,800. And a 3.5 for $3,650, all roughly a year ago. So you know, if you would have assumed, you're probably looking at right around $5,000 for a 4.5, maybe a little more. That's a solid price for a conserved. I didn't get into the weeds of what the conservation was, but
a lot, dude. They did a lot to that book.
And that always confuses me. You know, you could do a lot of conservation and it's not restored. I know it's a real fine line, and the conserved versus restored thing is real. I'm unsure of it all.
Above my pay grade.
Yes. It would be a great interview question if somebody had CGC on for interviews. Oh, right.
Wait, I can't even count pages apparently. So what the fuck do I know?
This whole time, all I care about is asking this one question. Stein, what's your favorite Joker cover?
Yeah.
Ooh. from Golden Age or Silver Age or what?
Just period.
All right, I'll have to think.
All right, get back to me on that one.
Yeah, all right, I'll get back to you.
All right, here we go.
Oh, this one. This is one that I thought was something else. I know what I'm confusing it with, but that's okay. This is an LB Cole cover, Popular Teenage Romance Comic 10, which I actually thought was a listing error till our friend Jen here goes, no, that's it. Sweet. Pretty cool cover. I didn't get any sales data because I was distracted by it. $500. LB Cole.
Gorgeous copy, dude. Doesn't come to market at all. There's a Baker Making Out in the Hay cover too that's real popular.
That's the one I was thinking of as Baker. So.
Yeah, they're kind of like tandem books. Baker, there's the two ice skating covers. You know what I mean? Like for whatever reason, when it comes to like those old Golden Age romance books, it's like they're like twinning covers or something. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would have probably bought it, not even thinking. It wasn't a search in my brain. So
yeah, it's beautiful, dude. Look, can we talk a little bit about the Golden Age romance market?
It's crazy.
It's confusing.
Well, I think there's an incredible buying opportunity if you know what the hell you're doing right now. I don't. Okay? Like I know just enough to be dangerous to myself and others. But I think across the board, there's fewer buyers. This stuff was on fire before COVID. I think that the vast majority of the buyers were show dealers and older collectors. And I think those people are tightening their bootstraps. And I think there's a lot of opportunities for these books and live auctions.
If you know what you're looking for.
If you know what you're doing, which I don't.
That brings me to another quick question. Do you think at any point is it better to sell on eBay than it is to something like Heritage for some of these books?
Yes, certain books, no. Not these books. This book would be much better on Heritage.
I was just wondering why you never show any Heritage auctions then, bro. These are all eBay, dude.
Because
it's the epicenter of the Coliseum of comics. You know what I mean?
There's other people doing Comic Link auctions and Heritage auctions, we're
the only eBay one in town.
Truthfully, we're not allowed in Heritage. I can't afford to buy anything on Heritage. I don't have anything to sell on Heritage.
Mikey and I talked via text, though. He's very nice. He graded one of my pickups for me. He's really smart.
If our audience is on Heritage and buys on Heritage, let me know. I'll research for you, but I just don't think we're quite the right clientele.
I got you. I was just giving you shit.
Hey,
I'm gonna try to get white gloves.
Yeah, don't go on the Heritage though, because you'll start stealing my Golden Age books for the Hot 10.
That's exactly right too. Steiner's the honorable mention. He always pulls like sick ass Heritage auction. I'm just like,
Heritage to me is like there was one time I went to Detroit and / Grosse Pointe on a road trip. I was in a Grosse Pointe ATM, wouldn't take my card, rejected me, drove 2 blocks into Detroit, accepted right away.
Okay,
I'm not ready for Heritage.
Yeah, I sort of conceptualize them the same, only different. It's sort of like when I go to a restaurant and they're like, "Sir, we have a coat for you."
But it is a kid's coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, where's your father and mother, and why do you have weird facial hair? I don't understand.
All right.
Yeah.
This is
Showcase 34. Is this like 1 or 2 on here? I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's a tandem because honestly, more of the price spread was interesting.
Yep.
I noticed that. It was very weird, and I gotta find that.
I like that Z knows what I'm doing. I send him this stuff. I don't have to tell him.
I didn't actually even. We apparently were doing this quickly. I didn't even get the GPA data, but so census 757, 9-4s 5 of them, 9-2s 3 of them, 8-0s 28 and 7-0s 42. So not a super common book. It was a hot book for a while, and it's kind of just been chilling. You have this 8-0 that sold for $1,400.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and flip to the other one.
Oh shit, wrong one.
A 7.0, one full grade lower, $800. So we often talk about where the price breaks are on certain books. Obviously, this price break is somewhere between 7 and 8 because that's a
Where
monster
the beat drops. Yeah.
And there was a lot of bidding action, 21 on one and 45 on the other. This was a monster. So it's always interesting to see because it's not. I know Ben and I on the Vintage Voyage talk, in generals where there's a break, but different books have different breaks. Zatanna, Hawkman 4. If you look at it between 7.5, 8.0, and 8.5, not huge breaks. 9.0 is the break point. So you have to study the book, not just general ages sometimes. Some books, for some reason, there's a break.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's the census.
This was one.
Yeah, it's the census drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this wasn't even that monstrous a drop, but like the percentage of the 8 is very small.
Next one.
This book is a freaking. I love this book. I do question the census data because I saw on IG, I think it's F and Rad had one that he pressed and regraded that was a 9.4 that became a 9.6. So I don't know if the I think I killed this one.
Yeah, I've got issues. It's got some bangers too. I saw them on IG today.
Somebody did it. I didn't even study prices. Sorry, I killed this before Brian did it. There is only 198, 2 9.6s, and 10 8.0s. I don't have the sales data. Sorry. Beautiful book.
Okay. Yeah.
Enjoy.
All right. There we go.
I get an homage to Detective 8 and a great book that, like, if you want a Detective 8, this is a nice little undercopy to get. Gorgeous book. I had meant to kill it, but sometimes shit happens. Killed these two. I don't want to talk about them. This one we can talk about. We did a lot of late editing. Folks.
Can we go back? Can we go back to that last one just for a sec?
You got a point to prove?
Well, yeah. I want people to look at the price tags on these books, right? And think about the price tag on some random ass modern key that is selling for an insane amount of money right now.
Yeah.
And just remember what you can buy the first appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver signed by Stan Lee, or the first appearance of Clinton Barton for.
That's a cheap ass Stan Lee sig.
That Hawkeye one is a cheap one too. I feel like that's cheap as hell too.
Can I say? I only say this just because we were watching. My children are on an X-Men movie binge, and they just got through Future Past, and that Quicksilver scene is still fantastic.
Absolutely, it is.
High point of the franchise, honestly.
No question about it.
Movie they haven't come up close since.
Yeah. But legitimately though, seriously, this is like what the first appearance of Null used to cost when I made fun of it, and now what it costs after I'm just like, well, that's probably where it's going to stay, because the psychology is not going to let it drop anymore.
No, and
I rest my point. Okay.
It's not the book I would buy, but there are books I would buy.
Yep.
Doctor.
Dr. Doom. All right, let's see. Do we do some research on this? That'll be fun. No,
Yeah.
You did this one.
This is George. Right. This is my ramblings. This is how I think about books.
George and I think completely different. You want to talk about it?
I don't have the thing. Will you just read what it says?
All right. FF5 CGC 7 in 2002 cost $1,200. By 2013, it was a whopping $2,000 in that 11-year span. It doubled by 2017, 4 years later, to around $4,000. The high sale in 18 was $14,000.
This is the wrong copy.
And
so
there's a 7. Sorry, we didn't do both. The 7.0 was the one we could grade. This one was an ungraded one.
There's this one, and then there's
go to the next one.
These are the only two I have.
Yeah,
copied both. There's a 7.0 sale for 10.8. We had some. Paul was in the prep meeting. Sorry, guys.
Well, yeah, we're going to blame Paul. So, long story short, let's
It
just
actually has come down.
yeah, we'll just let me kind of figure out where we're at. So a CGC 7.0, right, sold for $10,800.
In 2018, that copy was $14,000.
Right. Now go back in time.
In 2017, it was only $4,000, a mere 1 year before. Before that, 3 years, it was $2,000. And for the entire decade before that, till 2002, it was $1,200. That's crazy. The like escalation in value.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to it ever.
And I still want to punch Shazzy for that one.
Yeah.
He got rid of his?
Oh, he has it. I just punched it. I haven't got it.
That's our buddy.
He's a shrewd man. I skipped this one. I didn't want to talk about it.
Jesus, leave.
Well, I think I put a list up and then I changed it, and then you weren't on the same page. It's okay. It was my fault. I didn't get done till late. I'm not gonna skip this book because fucking we know I love this book.
We all want to skip it. Can we?
I was hoping he was gonna say it.
Fucking book. 142 in the census. A goddamn golden age motherfucking key. 194, 3 9-0s, and then a bunch of trash. 2002, the GPA actually went back to 2002, in case you're wondering. Only a handful of sales. $375 in 2002 for this book. 2017, $5K. 2019, $5,800. 2020, $6K. It cannot break the $1,000 a point number, and I don't get it. There's not a ton of copies. It's a tough book. The only thing it's got against it is a shitty cover. But man, god damn it, this book. I think the world needs a rock trailer, but
It's coming.
Everybody's sleeping on it, I think. I mean, there is no way reading Black Adam is a fucking amazing villain, and then just look at him in fucking Injustice and anywhere they use him well, it's great. This book just pisses me off. Like, I thought it should have went for 10K, and it didn't. So whatever. This is my advisement. Fucking buy a copy if you can buy it now, because nobody else is paying attention.
How many? Do you have any of these?
I have one.
What grade?
5.5. Old label.
5.5. Nice.
But I bought it. I got it at a super deal 5 years ago, and the appreciation has been almost minimal, and I can't figure it out. Truthfully, I don't know. Whatever. I will buy another copy soon if it keeps up at this rate.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Next one.
I did keep this one. That's good. Just for reference sake, top of the census, 9.8, 11 of them. Only 2,000 in the census, which is peculiar only because I looked at that Moon Knight book and there was like 4,000 Moon Knights in there. And I'm like,
which is generally perceived to be a rare Bronze Age key.
So either people really don't care about Falcon, which I find hard to believe at this point.
No, they don't. And plus, that green uniform is just ugly.
It is, but man,
he's coming though. You wait.
The mention of scarcity with that Werewolf by Night seems false. I mean, yes.
Wait till Disney Plus gets a load of him.
Relative to 181, man. So 2018, $330. 2019, $487. 12-month average is 505. 90-day average is 628. This is a little bit misleading because there was a 118 or 119 CGC 9.0 in there, so let's assume that's the $200. But this book is trending up, and it's been trending pretty well. So
there's 3 books in there. That's not bad for 3 books.
All right, but my data was the last sale was 628. So
wow.
This kind of was just oh shit. There were 3 books. I still say this is a interesting fucking play and an underrated underrated appearance for that fucking many, not that many graded. You know what I mean? It's almost insulting.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Well, look, was the next one is it Morbius, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at fucking Morbius, twice as many graded.
Yeah.
For a fucking vampire ripoff.
I think this book is better than the Falcon book, though. I like the cover.
Hold on.
I like the cover
And-
more
Well, and because when you were a kid, this was a book that you wanted.
because
Right?
not only did you want it, this storyline in the animated Spider-Man series was one of the best storylines. Am I right, Jen? I see you shaking your head. I damn right.
Insulting.
Well, and meanwhile, Falcon was like Robin
Superhero
shitty,
person.
right? You were just like, okay, Falcon, why don't you go put on your orange spandex? You know what I mean? He was just like, right? Like
Well,
the bullseye that Captain America threw out in front of him for people to shoot at.
That makes me ask this question: is there any books that are decent plays in the newer Falcon stuff? Right? Because
Well,
this
I
stuff,
like this, dude.
Oh,
and I think
John Brown. Where's John Brown?
well, but the reason that I like the Falcon better than the Morbius as a play is because guys like us we're kind of dead. Like if you look at the long term, younger people are going to have a MCU association with Falcon. He's not going to be like the subpar, poorly dressed, whatever he was back in the Copper Age when we were reading books and Morbius was cool and on the animated series and had his own Midnight Sun series that was awesome in the 90s.
George is talking the nostalgia word because every generation has different nostalgia. I am still stuck on fucking Teen Titans stuff because my kids watch so much Teen Titans stuff. My kids have no idea who Morbius is. They fucking know who Falcon is.
Well, and they certainly don't know who the Crow is, but you do, and so does everybody else in our age group, and those books are booming right now.
Because I'm in the right generation for that nostalgia.
So I think like a lot of this stuff is kind of like figuring out where you want to be when you're moving the books, whether it's 6 months, 2 years, 6 years, or a decade down the road, or if you want to hand them off to your children. But I'll stop interrupting.
This book is next, and I think it's probably near a peak, unless that movie is fucking Scarface type miraculous.
Can we talk about something that I learned about Jared Leto recently that makes him even more of a badass? Did you guys know? Did you guys know that when COVID-19 hit, like a couple weeks before that, he decided to just get rid of his cell phone, drop off all internet stuff, and not talk to anybody, and just go and be by himself for a couple weeks. And then when he came back, the whole fucking world was in upheaval.
Wow.
That's like straight up 28 weeks later stuff, right? Or 28 days later.
Yeah.
That actually happened to him. How crazy is that?
That's funny.
I love shit like that. All right, back to that.
All right, so Morbius, not the exact same age book, but we're talking similar. Census, almost double, 37.25, 9/8, 34, 9/6, 78, 8/5, which is the grade in question, which is the same grade we were talking about, 332. Price progression, 2018, 743. 2019, 910. 90-day average actually dropped a bit, was 893, and then the new average or the new sale was 11 and change. I'm not sure what I think because Morbius is just God knows where on the slate, right? We don't even have a release date, do we?
Well, I'm trying to think here. Do you guys remember?
Well, they had that trailer that showed it was supposed to be after Spider-Man, right?
I don't think so because remember it was he was wanted, right?
That's right.
Mostly it's filmed. He's done.
Yeah, and they just put a pin in it.
Yeah, it's just
heard
sitting in
March
there.
19th, 2021.
Oh, they're gonna
that
drop
ain't-
it in March.
No
Interesting.
way.
Yeah.
If they do, it may go the way of Tenant. Like I'll be sitting on demand, being like Tenant.
I'm going to see that tomorrow. I'm so
Are you?
stoked. In IMAX, yep.
Oh, dude, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Don't tell me anything about it, please.
I won't.
Tell me everything.
Christopher Nolan is like my favorite director of all time. That dude's a stud.
I agree.
All right, so I just because our images suck, what do you got left?
Hold on.
All right, we can talk about that one. I think Nico did that one.
Yeah, quick and dirty.
All right, so Fantastic Four 455 first Silver Age Namor. This was a $500 book in 2002. 2010, it was a whopping $750. 2016, it raised to about $1,000. There was a little talk about it being a key. In 2019, it went crazy, and then there was a high sale at $5K. Now it's kind of averaging roughly in the threes. So peaks, valleys. I think people probably figured out there's other Namor books to buy. And,
I like this one still. I think it's still a dope
yeah.
Namor book.
Once you start talking $5,000,
Well, for a minute, people were talking about Keanu Reeves is going to be Namor, right?
Moon Knight. Damn it.
He's going to be Ghost Rider. But for a second, people believed that that's what was going to happen. And they desperately wanted for him to molest Emily Blunt and steal her away from her husband and some sort of like on-screen villainous whatever kind of thing. And then, this story arc went nuts.
Didn't The Rock also, because of the...
Oh, yeah, The Rock. Because he's
Rock.
Yeah.
It was a stalemate over for Black Adam, and so he had a Marvel meeting, and then everyone was like, it's Namor.
He would be a pretty buff Namor.
How?
Jack, bro.
I'm so confused by. I don't understand this character. The appeal of this character at all. Like Aquaman Aquaman was so much better, and the movie was so much better. Like everybody said it was going to be terrible, but it was so much
not
better.
A villain.
No, but
that's why this character is cool. Is because he's got the villainous aspect, and he's a fucking pimp. He's a pimp that steals Sue Storm from Dr. Richard.
This is
many other villains, Marvel.
Dude, that cover,
garbage character.
That cover back in the day,
garbage.
like back in the early 2000s.
Disagree.
The ultimate cover where he looks like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well,
that's a
and
fucking
how
cover,
about,
man.
How about the one where he like all the Golden Age covers? It'll be like, there's Prince Namor. He's just committed genocide on a country, like just destroyed them with a tidal wave or something. You know what I mean? Or they'll have him like ripping off, like the one I grabbed, the Nazi tank cover. He just like opens it like a tin can.
And he's got wings on his feet.
Yeah, dude, the one with him and the dragon, which I desperately want. But I agree with Ben. It's been kind of like a downward spiral since like 1965 or something. but like back in the day, he was hard as nails, and I think people are kind of hoping for that.
Wonder World Comics. I love your comment. Keanu is the surfer,
right?
Whoa.
Keanu is all of the characters.
It'd be cool
that I own a first appearance of.
How in the world did he become like the most like sought after
liked man in America?
I don't. When did that happen?
He's always
The Matrix, I think.
John Wick. It was John Wick.
He's a chameleon.
You gotta go
good dude.
down, Bodie. I mean,
that's one of the greatest movies ever, bro. Right? Don't talk shit about Point Break.
Hey, I loved it, and I watch it every time it's on. But come on,
get off the set.
That's still his greatest role to this day.
I mean, come on, he was not that great in that movie.
Now's the time when we should all apologize to Jen. Sorry, we were really trying to be behaved earlier.
I mean, I think the thing about Namor is just I like the later designs because I mean the character design for this, the winged feet and like the Vulcan ears and the Speedo, right? So
well, how about when he had the big head? Remember he had the giant head?
But then later when he's like in the Illuminati and like Wakanda, not or stuff, like he becomes a really cool character. Like I end up finally purchasing FF6 just because I really like Doom, and I'm never gonna be able to afford 5, right? Even this book, like I'm not gonna be able to afford 4. So it's like, okay, well, what can I afford I can afford a 6, and I like that's probably the most money I've ever spent on a comic ever. Like I would love all these comics in the market report, but I'm never going to be able to afford it. Like,
oh, well, you're going to show off the
ju-
6 every pickups in a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just wait.
You just might
wait.
walk through, climb through a crack house one day. All right.
Hey, I do the same thing. I see these books and I just walk by them at shows. I'm like, I'm not even going to look at it.
Nico is a crack house book.
This is an important key.
Hold on, what book is? What am I looking at?
I stumped Stein. Yes.
Yeah. I actually asked Nico, why did it sell for so much 3 times? And he goes, White Rabbit. Who's the White Rabbit? The White Rabbit. Do you know who the White...
That's her.
Marvel Team Up Spider-Man Frogman. When I wiki the White Rabbit, who's her nemesis? Spider-Man and the Frogman.
Exactly.
And I said, is that the frog from Thor? No. Great. So why is he here? But... backstory, census 59, 29 8s, 29 6s, and I don't know who graded the others. In
There's
2016,
a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas White Rabbit joke here that someone should have already made.
Great. In 2016, there were 3 sales between 50 and 108. There have been no sales in a 4-year span, except in June of this year, there was a $190 sale. Okay, appreciation. And then some crazy people bid $710 on this one. I got nothing. I would rather buy fucking Null than this, Nico.
Well,
You made my heart hurt with this book.
Hey, maybe that person has like an obsession with frogs, like your son does with sharks. And this is like the grail of frog collectors.
I don't let my son
It's
buy
all about the White Rabbit.
Her main
Throw the
villain,
toaster in the fucking tub.
her main villains are Spider-Man and the Frogman.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I mean, if you see it in the back issue bin for cheap, why not, right?
Yeah, if it's a nice copy.
Absolutely, dude.
Oh,
Look for them all the time.
My brain hurts.
Well, that's why we
welcome.
show them on here. This way, let people know
You're welcome.
$700
That's
book.
the feature of the week. All right. What else you got? Anything else?
I got this guy.
All right. We just, I'm not doing a census, but the 7.0 price.
Yeah, can we just talk about like this book right now? It's wild. The low grade copies are selling for more and more money. The mid 7.0, 7.5, 8.0, 9.0, 9.2 prices have not jumped proportionally. If you got some cash and you want to roll the dice, that may be a play. I don't know. Every time I get one, I sell it. So,
yeah, me too. I don't.
George,
2018
crackhead story.
soon. 2018, 40 copies sold, $2,800 average. 2019, 51 copies sold, $2,890 average. 12-month average, 2,800, 43 copies. 90-day average, it's starting to tick up slightly to 3,066 with a sale recently, which I think tops them all at 3,100. That is a real fucking slow climb for a book that has been on fire. So if you want this book at a reasonable price, some of these odd grades, probably the 7s, probably the 5s, those non-key numbers is where you want to go. So
We already looked at that one. There was your 10. There.
Oh, there we go. This is a book I've talked about a few times. I actually bid on this thinking I'm going to fucking buy it if it goes cheap enough. Static books have been a little in the news for some reason because of the DC Universe and the Milestone rebrand. There's a standard cover, a collector's cover, and the platinum. Standard cover has 34 9/8. The collector's has 77 9/8. The platinum has 26. I have asked anyone and everybody, including Topher, Steve Horn, and anybody that will listen.
I think it's a one per store.
where'd this ratio come out at, and nobody knows. Nico's
it's the one. Yeah, but I'm the only one that had a fucking retailer account back then that's friends with us. I was a child. Yeah.
All right. You got one?
I mean, I was a kid. I don't really remember. I remember having one.
So I don't know. There's no data to know exactly how many there are, but there's definitely less than either of the other two.
Yeah, and they were in dollar bins and mangled.
Correct. And people get confused. They don't know the difference because it's just a slight coloration difference in the title from the standard. But in May is 175. In June, 225 for a couple sales. September 24th, one went at auction for 514, and on September 25th, one went. I had a bin for 525. So it finally jumped a bit because there was a minute where I actually had one up for sale, and the regular was selling for 300, the collectors was selling for 300, and people were offering me less for the platinum. So
I expect the other two, the census numbers, to go sky high. Yeah, I mean, I got a buddy who subbed. He's as good as they get when it comes to like I sub 9/8. I only sub 9/8. I want to say he subbed 20 or 40 copies. I can't remember.
What?
Of this? Of the platinum?
No. The other
regular
covers. Yeah. When they became like $300-400 for a 9/8 or whatever, he was like, "Oh, it's time," and off they went.
I guarantee in 6 months we'll look at the census numbers. The standard will probably jump to the 200s. The collectors will jump to the 200s, and the platinum will be 40. There aren't a lot. I only own 2 copies. They're both 9/8.
I think you're really underestimating the number of collectors and newsstand or whatever the hell it is, and I think you may be overestimating the number of platinums. I shouldn't say that because I'm probably ruining my chances to get one of these cheap, but
I will tell you, I bid $400 on this book and didn't think about it.
Yeah,
and I probably would have bid again if I saw my bid get jumped, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, and RJ is on point. I mean, like, I think a lot of Miles people who missed the boat on Ultimate Fallout 4 are desperate for the same kind of price acceleration. I don't think this is going to be a $10,000 book, even if there's a video game.
Wonderworld just said DC can't get any
but
game
it might
to
be $2,500.
Yeah, that Wonderworld comment is, to me, hit it on the head, Z.
But here's the thing. We talked about Null last week. How fucking far does Null have to go to get in play? I mean,
as long
Sony
as he's a popular
and fucking the world gets to get rights. I mean, there's so much that has to happen for that.
That's not a Spider-Man character, though. That's how they get around that. That character came up because Donny Cates retcon that shit. That character came from Thor, dude.
The symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah, how does that work? So does Sony own like from when they purchased it? Oh,
they don't own Null.
I don't think you can have a symbiote god.
How the fuck? I'm so tired of people making these arguments. Like, how the fuck do you know that? You don't know what the contract said, Brian.
Get DeVoe on.
DeVoe doesn't know what the fuck the contract said. It's
Marvel
not
has
public.
so many fucking
it's not a
villains they
public
can't
contract.
use. They don't. Nobody cares.
Trust
about
your buddy
Null.
who's a lawyer. The language of the contract is going to be very specific. I would bet my life on it, and they're going to articulate a gajillion different things. Now, if there's ambiguity is construed against the drafter. Who drafted the contract? Was it Marvel? Was it Sony? Again, I don't know. The next one is, if there's potential litigation, people just run from it. But when it's Marvel and Sony, I don't know that it matters. I mean, these guys have gotten along with respect to Venom and Spider-Man and Morbius, and they're all kind of in this quasi-shared universe. I don't see Null in a decade, but don't think that it's out of the realm. As far as like who owns it, believe me, there'll be a subsequent agreement and there'll be subsequent cash.
Can I go back to the nostalgia word? Nobody right now, outside of the people that own Null, know who the fuck Null is because nobody can afford to read it.
Yeah,
And
that's
Marvel
sad.
has a catalog of 75 years of stories that the people with money want to pay versus the people that are going to pirate the movie. Null is 15 fucking years out, 10 at the best.
I think I saw a Null reprint for December.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I wonder if they're trying
Wow.
Well, because people will buy it.
Wasn't Noel's symbol or something in one of those trailers?
It was in the trailer for
Here we go.
the circle, right? On
Yeah.
what was that? You know what I'm talking about, Nico?
I do. God help me.
Carnage, mate? No.
No, I don't
No.
know. It was
Recent,
like
just in the past
Yeah.
week.
So I'm trying to think. I mean, the only ones that have come out were what? WandaVision and I can't think what else.
Point is, this is all interesting, and think about a reality where you're a little kid and you had all this stuff to kind of like hope for, right? Like, can you imagine a world where we could pretend that these things were going to happen, not going to happen? Like, we have fun arguing about it in our 30s and 40s. How about if you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old? This is great for kids. It's just great for an industry we love, and I couldn't be happier. Really couldn't.
All right. Let's get into some of this. Hold on. Sorry. Some of this spec. Go ahead, Jen.
Just real quick. So it's Marvel Tales, Null #1, December 2nd for like $8.
That's fucking wild.
So I guess you come back with
Wild.
Marvel. Oh.
That's
All right.
so wild.
Let's get into some of this stuff here, Nico. What do you say we do this, huh? Hold on.
Please and thank you. So we talked about all of the Black Adam stuff, and Jen was kind enough to, and Brian were kind enough to explain to me what the hell I saw, that was Jim Lee and Boss Logic. Thanks to our buddy The Rock. This is the combo pack variant. It's dirt cheap right now on eBay if you want it, if you believe in combo packs. The next one is the ratio variant, is not so damn cheap. It's a 1 in 100, but be cognizant of it. You can still find them in back issue bins. I think they're selling at about ratio, unfortunately, and I'm sorry. Could have gotten it for about half ratio 6 months ago.
Is there a
This
combo
one
pack
is
that-
Yeah, we just
Yes.
talked about it. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
and it's dirt cheap. If you want one, be the guy to grab it on eBay. It's like $8. I left it because we were going to talk about it. The 1 in 100s ratio. I think that's Isis, the little flower. Iris. What is it?
ISIS.
Isis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dead corpse. This variant is also dirt cheap, under $10. Yeah. On to the next one. So our buddy, the what the hell
Adam
is it
Smasher.
called? Adam Smasher appears in 2 books. That would be the first appearance of the Adam Smashers. This one, All-Star Squadron 25, and then what was the next one? No, that's not it. That's that one. Yeah. Which is also the first appearance of Hawk Girl. We learned that Hawk Girl is out, apparently, which is very sad, but still a twofer, and I've got faith in Hawk Girl, hopefully, for the future. Who knows? Maybe they make her the end credit scene and roll her out in her own thing. I think that would make sense to do that, like her better than Hawkman. So speaking of African-American heroes that matter, fill your boots. 282 and 283 are dirt cheap. 282, remember, is a 1-page appearance. Now, it obviously has a better cover. I don't really know how the market will treat this 5-10 years from now when it actually matters. I'm not somebody who's going to encourage anyone to run out and like buy 9/8, even though I almost bought one when they were at, how much did I pass on them for, John, when I thought they were too much?
About 150.
Yeah, they're more than that now. And I think tragically they're going to keep being more than that. But I'd try to put together a stack of these if you can, particularly at like a $10 price point, or if you're a dollar bin digger like me. I don't know that I'd necessarily pay more than $1 for the 283s. And if you're somebody who wants to cry over cameos and first appearances and this, that, or the other, yeah, I don't care.
Isn't there a second print of?
There's a second print of both books, I believe. It's certainly of the 282.
Yeah.
And the other one I like is the Bishop 1 SDCC variant, which is also pretty inexpensive. I don't think we have a picture of that. So speaking of, again, African-American heroes that matter, or in this case, villains that matter. If you're like me and you love Donald Glover, the Childish Gambino, and you believe that Miles Morales is coming to live action, and you believe that they're going to tell a narrative about a young boy who grows up with 2 loving parents and an uncle who is looking for fast cash. If you want to listen to a Notorious B.I.G. soundtrack on a Donald Glover film, like I do, then it might make sense to put this puppy away for a rainy day. I'm shocked that we haven't seen an explosion in the price tag of this book commensurate with the Ultimate Fallout 4s, that you can get a high grade copy of ASM 78 for the price of an Ultimate Fallout 4 is beyond me.
But it's because it's hobby. That's why it's a different prowler. I think people, like, when they found out like which one they were going to go with, they all like leaned towards the newer one. And then, like, I like the original prowler. Like, I have that issue in a couple of, even using that series that Marvel did a couple years ago. But I feel the market, and they're just kind of leaning towards the uncle that, you know, from Ultimate the Ultimate series.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that the newer ones, I would expect those newer ones, but this is still a great book. It's a Spider-Man book.
Really? You guys don't think that that's the attachment?
I mean, I really I again, I have this. I love
It's a universe swap, though, right?
Yeah. So maybe they could show 2 prowlers, right?
Well, it's not 2 prowlers. It's just the first. Like, for example, if the price tag of the first of Dr. Fate, right, has some relationship to him finally being in live action in the Black Adam film, to suggest that the book to go after is the Khalid Nasir $3 I don't give a fuck book, as opposed to the Golden Age Key, makes no sense to me. Now, I appreciate
that character isn't as big as Dr. Fate, though, man.
Well,
I appreciate that, but it's the same goddamn thing, isn't it?
It's
kind of.
It's what people can afford and like can find readily. Like,
well, this is cheap, dude. It's like a $40. Taskmaster would be another one, right?
People go after that Ultimate one, and honestly, the rate of return is higher on the other 2 characters than the original.
Well, so let's stick with the Taskmaster, because I think you're forgetting the better point. I might have it. Yeah. No one cares.
Yeah.
Like, this is him. This is the one that's in the movie, right? I mean, what book do they care about?
Yeah, each character is different, like you guys were saying before. Like,
well, you know, if you want to go with Jen, buy some Ultimate whatever book. It's the appearance of, yeah. I'll go buy some just because I think the price point's like $2.
Yeah, I'm not saying like go into the new one. I'm just saying like that's what I'm seeing. Like, I like the original Prowler a lot. Like, and I liked his evolution of how, like, when he came on scene, and then even becoming friends with Spider-Man, like later. Like, I really like that. Like, you know, him even covering for him in that one issue because they thought that, you know, Peter Parker's cover was blown. Like, I really like that a lot, and I wish that they would have maybe done that. But I feel like, and like I go to the comic book store and talk to people about stuff. I hear them talk a lot about like the uncle, and I hear, and you know, it's like okay, like if people want to go towards that, and that's where I'm hearing a lot of chatter from, it's like the market does what it wants to do. I don't know.
I feel like those characters are so far apart, though, right? Like in the type of character they really are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because one's a hero, and one's
Yeah.
well, kind of villain.
Anyways, you guys want to get in some
We'll see.
pickups?
Yeah.
Pickups. All right.
I'm just messing with the chat.
I see it, bro. Because I'm about to make you go. I'm gonna make you go
Where
hard.
is he?
Nobody's figured out.
I'm so messing with the chat. It's hilarious. I'm sorry, the picture's a little grainy. I don't know what's wrong with my camera feed tonight. But
Nobody's
where
figured
is
it out yet.
I try to watch just to because I can't answer.
That's been there the whole night almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a horror movie? No.
there's been, I think they've guessed every horror movie ever made from the 80s and 90s. I think I've seen every single one. Maybe. I don't think I saw Scream.
I saw Scream.
Oh, you did see Scream?
I saw Scream, yeah.
You're not going to ruin it for everybody yet, huh?
Nah, it's funny now.
All right. Z, you want
Ooh,
to start with
and I
pickups?
I can totally mess with Solo Wookiee just by just ending the show and not telling anybody where I'm at.
Oh, dude, that's dark.
Yeah, I know.
That's super dark.
The stats say that they like me more dark than nice. So
That's a good point.
I'm moving to the dark side. So
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
I feel like we should let our guest go first.
Jen, do you
Yeah.
have pickups?
I got this one for $1. It's an ash can.
Get the
I've
fuck
not
out of
seen
here.
that
Hold that to the side. It's serial number 2. Yeah.
is that a half price book sticker?
Yeah, $1.
Nice.
Not bad.
And then
Look,
because I watch Mel V's Drunken Chat, and I like Blair,
That's a good one.
right?
It's a tough one.
Got it for $7, and I was like, well, I like Mean Girl, so, and then for $3,
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
$100 book.
Killed it.
and then
Does that have the inserts in it too? I think that book has inserts in it too, so be careful with that.
yeah, I think I can, yeah, and then my last one.
Ooh.
Sweet.
So they're in like when I see the prices go crazy on eBay, like I used to have like FOMO and I go on eBay and try to like get what I could, and then like I'm like, you know what? When I'm digging, I find so much stuff. Like if I just have a little bit of patience. But I mean, I've also waited too long and things have gone up. So
I think that's all of us. I just wish I had a place to go digging. I don't have that. I feel so
Yeah.
fucking.
savages out there. Savages.
Yeah, it's sad. All right, Z, you up?
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. You guys are going to the world of all around. Something timely, I guess. The Spanish version of the first Carnage.
cool.
Spider-Man. Shit. Oh, nice. I didn't see this. $275. in Spain.
Is that small?
No.
Why does it look? Am I the only one that thinks it looks small?
He has giant hands.
Is it in a silver bag?
I always do silver bags. I don't do normal bags.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why.
I have so much stuff to say to that. If there's a female one, I'm not going to do it.
Nico, calm your man down. Oh, calm your man down. All right. So, Mary Marvel, number 27. But why did I buy it? Because it's the Canadian edition. I didn't even know there were Canadian editions of this damn series. Now I'm really in a world of screwed because I thought I had some sets, so now I got to find Canadian versions. I had not bought this cover, but actually it's kind of cool in my mind. It's yellow. You don't see a lot of yellow. Interesting little vibe. And wait, I got the Brazilian version too.
Sick. I love the Gurries, dude.
Oh, they're so cool. And this is actually a decent copy. My guy there, it's random. This one actually presents well. I can see it's pulled from a bind because there's some tears on the spine, but still looks really nice. This is all Brazilian after this, so I apologize. The same guy sent me a bunch of stuff.
Wait, so how do you find that?
Facebook group, Foreign Comic Collectors Magazine official group is where I'm in, and I just watch and different guys that are selling from different countries, and you start talking to them and you tell them what you like, and they'll start, looking for stuff you want, and
That's cool.
ideally you find a price point you're happy with. You can do eBay on the modern stuff, but if you get like a Golden Age or sometimes even Silver Age, it gets tough.
Cool.
There's also Globo Comics. Not as many friendly people there, but still solid. This is one I actually already had, but also pulled from a bind, so you can kind of see from the spine there.
Yeah.
Big chunks out. This one's the worst of the group, but I got it for a good price, and I love this cover, so I grabbed it. This one, actually, probably one of the top 3 to 5 Mary Marvel covers. It has a reinforced spine, so there's tape inside holding it kind of together, but the price point he put it up at and the fact I never see the American version anymore. I don't even own an American yet because I can't find one at a price I like, and this was better, so I bought it. Someday I'll buy the American.
How you find this shit blows my mind.
Just keep saying, yes, I'll buy that. Yes, I'll buy that. Yes, I'll buy that in a group, and they go, oh, this guy buys anything. Send it to him. This is actually the find of the day because it's not a cover I was chasing.
Wow.
But amongst all the other ones being beat, this one is freaking gorgeous. There's a
It's
little
beautiful.
stain somewhere in the guri, but the spine is very, very clean. The pages are almost white. It's amazing. And I bought it for the same price.
Color is unreal.
I mean, this was the score of the week. Probably score of the month. I mean, I have not seen anything come out of Brazil high grade, and I think this is probably in the 6s. There's a little stain here. That's where it is. If you look, you can kind of see it. And I'm not sure if the one on her cheek here is a stain, but that's it. I mean, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous copy. So that was a tour around the world this month.
Nice.
Very nice.
Wow.
And I think somebody might have finally got it.
Did they?
What?
What was it?
He didn't move.
I need to know.
What is
Yeah,
it?
He's muted.
No mute.
Oh, sorry. I was muted.
Pulling a McClay, man.
I know. Like I've never done this before, ever. No, this is Lambda Epsilon Omega from Old
no
School.
shit.
Seriously, nice.
Strong, bro. All right.
Who got it?
I believe it was Solo Wookie. He was like, what's the one with You're My Boy, Blue?
I don't even recognize
All right, Nico, I think you're up, bro.
All right. I picked up one of these at the murder house that I talked about on Saturday.
Murder House actually beats the comic dungeon basement story finally.
Oh, yeah. Got one of these. Yeah, pretty happy about that. Couple of those.
Understand?
Yeah, they're both newsstand.
Like he just
And-
passed them by. Yeah, it's nothing.
Hold on,
Yeah,
you
just-
ready? And I got that all at the murder house.
Oh God.
What?
Got a copy.
Yeah.
Hold it. What is the? I think I missed the murder house. Did you
Yeah, you
murder
didn't
somebody
catch
at
the
the
first
house
part.
to get these?
All
You gotta
right.
tell the story.
I mean,
Yeah, Nico.
Just go short. Yeah.
Oh God, somebody put that out, please.
Yeah, Nico. I like that.
long story short, I was told that there was someone who wanted to sell comic books that they had in an attic. The the home was the home of a hoarder. I had my hand in bat shit, raccoon shit, maybe human feces. I don't even fucking know. In the middle of the night, found stuff like this, just crazy shit. If you want to see the score,
What?
if
Yeah.
you want to see the score, it's all on the 6-hour-long other podcasts. There's just tons of them. And
is this? I feel like this is like Chuck, with a Mile High fine.
Yeah, not even close. So the long story short, I had to like climb up like trash, like there was like no steps into like an attic, and then in the dark, like look through stuff and like throw it in a box, and then climb out onto a roof and down a ladder to get out of the home.
Are you kidding me?
May God strike me dead.
There is no way.
That was day one. And, so I pay him cash, and I'm like, look, man, you got to call me. I want to look through the rest of it. Well, of course he doesn't. So I go back to the house, and I'm like, look, man, I got more cash. Let me look some more. And he's like, all right. And this time I just went up the ladder. Well, we went like into his house to get the ladder, and then we took it out and went out. But yeah.
Oh
was
my
bananas.
gosh, that is
and now
crazy.
Here's the best part. So on my second time there, I bring my roommate with me, who is a large and imposing man, and some other like crackhead dude like comes up like while I'm like on the ladder in the house, and my buddy John's like, they're gonna rob us at gunpoint. Like he's convinced. Like that's how this is all gonna go down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy.
How nice are those books?
I mean, okay. So it presents better than it really is.
I still think it's above a 7 and a beautiful copy of that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see this divot in the back, and
beautiful.
It's got some
color.
little staple tears, and they grade that book gets graded looser than any other book I know.
Yeah,
I
sent pics to Mikey, and he's like 6'5".
Listen, I had a copy that I sent pics to Trey, Sean, and another pretty experienced guy, and they all said, maybe a 5.5, a 6. Goddamn TJ Vaith won it in a Raz and got a 9.
Wow.
That book is the most notoriously tough book to grade.
So I split it with my my buddy, my roommate that I took there with him. Like I paid the dude for it, and then I paid my roommate half of what we figured like fair market value minus cost of slabbing was. Because he helped me not get murdered.
Do not sell it raw. Slab it and see what happens.
But yeah, I mean, I'll slab it. I'll keep it. It's just too cool of a book to ever sell at this point. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Murder House.
No, I'm gonna buy it from you and just put it as the Nico Murder House thing, and I'm gonna put a little stand with it.
Can you get a?
Put my lifeless corpse right underneath of it.
Can you
What
get
do they call that? Pedigree.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Can you get a pedigree, a Murder House pedigree?
That's an exceptional idea. Matt Nelson doesn't like me that much. Neither does Steve. What's his last name?
Steve
CBCS. Barack. Grateful Dead Steve. I wonder if I can use Jen to charm the PGX guy, and I can get a Murder House PGX pedigree. She's very likable. I'm not.
I think you're likable.
You're very likable.
I think you're likable.
I think we.
That's why you're likable. But I'm not.
I think we can get 4 comics to do a giant size X-Men one with a Murder House exclusive on it for you.
Yeah.
Boy.
All right,
I think we
Ben,
can do that.
you ready
Murder was the
to
case that they gave me.
to give them what they're waiting for?
Who's waiting?
Give the people what they want.
There's people waiting.
Nobody's waiting. I'm waiting.
Oh, okay. I got this in today. It's only got 6 books. None of these are new. These are all old books. I did see the grades already. Some I pretty much guessed the grades almost exactly, except for one. I pulled a.
Was it higher or lower that you guessed?
The one. Well, the one I apparently missed a missing page. So.
Ball sack! You and Nico are.
Bro, I have a similar experience. We need to talk about it. I hope that they just mislabeled mine.
Was it an ad?
No, it says that the centerfold's missing, but I wonder if what they meant was pieces missing from the centerfold, not centerfold missing. Because I counted the pages and my presser counted the pages. The only question is I did it during COVID, so I didn't look up the page number. It was like back when we thought you could get shit on your hands.
Oh.
So I like called somebody and was like, how many pages are in this book? And I don't even remember who I called, but we all kind of worked with that number. So I don't know.
You should call me.
What's up?
Next time you call me.
Christ, John, my John that I live with thought I called you.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, clearly not, right?
All right, so this is the one that I screwed up, and it is it's a JoJo Comics number
nice cover though.
17. Yeah, it's a nice cover.
Except
Dude,
for that
that's gorgeous. Oh my
Hold
god.
on, let me take my green screen off. You might see it better.
Yeah, dude, that's beautiful.
None. Okay. Can you see the book better now?
Heck yeah, we can.
Okay. So so it's a pretty cover. If you notice, it does have pink pages, which I thought was hilarious.
Pink?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love pink pages. Those are awesome. So,
I think you need to sell that as an error.
yeah. So it's got all kinds of stuff going on. But anyways, I was a little disappointed that it's missing page 5. Oh well. That's all right. I didn't pay much for the book, so I'm okay with that.
I had one other book that was missing one page, not a wrap, one page.
Yeah, that's what it says. Page 5 missing. It doesn't say page 5 and
it's a motherfucker because you look at the centerfold and you're like, no, it's good.
Does it affect story or no?
It does say it affects story.
Gotcha.
I had a Wilbur 5 first Katie Keene. Somebody cut out the Katie Keene page.
Oh, come on.
Okay. So this one Z's gonna love this. This was this one's from
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Fordham. This is
it's
Batman. This is like the Brazilian edition.
Man bat.
Yeah, first Man Bat.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
the only
that's
reason it got a
exact-
7.0 is it's got rusted staples.
Well,
Which
It's a
It's from
Brazilian
fucking
book.
Brazil. Yeah, what do they think it's gonna have?
yeah. So sorry for the glare, but yeah. So I think that's the first one. That's the first graded copy from CGC on that. Let's see here. This one's.
this problem. I agree. Jesus Christ.
This one is Crime Exposed #1, and it got a 3.5. I was expecting a 2.5 on this one, so
Nice.
I was-
That's a nice bump.
yeah, I was okay with 3.5. on
Dude,
that.
that's cool.
Let's see here.
You're
Then-
cool, my friend. I'm proud of you.
yeah. Well, these are the last 3 are not really Golden Age. Well, one of them is. This one I was a little disappointed in. I thought for sure it was going to be an 8.5. It's House. Yeah, House of
dude,
Secrets.
that's beautiful.
90. I thought it was an 8.5, but it got an 8.
That's one I am tempted to buy a really nice copy of.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, these DC. I love the Neil Adams stuff from then, but but on the flip side, I was happy with this one because I was expecting an 8.5 on this one, and it's World Finest 129, which is the first. I think this is the first Joker Lex Luthor team up, maybe.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice. It's got Luthor, Joker, Batman, Superman, and Robin all on the cover. So
That's an exceptionally high grade for that book. Wow.
yeah, this is a pretty. It's very pretty.
Stein, you're living in my world. This pickups. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and this one's my. This is like one of my absolute favorite Golden Age pre-code horror books, and I actually bought this one off of my comic shop Raw, and they graded it the same as it actually came back. So I was pretty happy. But it's Vault of Horror 37
Yeah, grim.
with a hanging cover.
I love it, man.
Yeah, so it got a 4.5. So I was pretty happy with that because
Pretty nice looking 4.5.
it is. It's got right here in the bottom. It's got a little problem right here in the bottom.
I see what
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, vivid colors. That's a great buy.
Yeah, it's pretty. So
Good
Yeah,
stuff,
buy the
dude.
buy the
Well
cover,
done.
not the grade on those.
yeah. So anyways, that was the 6 books I got back that only took
I
them.
salute you, sir.
It only took
Wrong.
them like 7-8 weeks when it was supposed to be like when I sent them in, they were on. I think their value service was like at like 16 days, and now they're up to like 48 days or something
You
stupid.
hit the
I
wrong
still
bump.
have, yeah, dude. I got books there that I don't know what's going on, but they're just there for like the duration.
Well, that's because Matt's waiting for you to slip him a 50.
Listen, if there wasn't all of the weird shit with that Dylan dude on the fucking week that he was going to be on the podcast, I absolutely wanted to do the little skit with like the $100 bill in the book, like Nico prepares his slab order, right, and just like play it like an SNL skit. But I was like, nah, shit's a little fucking weird. I don't think I can do that now. It just isn't gonna. It's not gonna be well received. Not gonna be well received. But maybe that's how I can get my murder house pedigree.
Dude, you've got to get the murder house pedigree.
That's what I think too.
I mean, that's got to be like of
Goal
all things you're
number
doing. Yeah, that's
To
higher
hell
than
with
any.
IG.
I'm gonna buy a murder house book. I don't even care what it costs. I want a murder house book.
All right. Nice.
Very cool. Well, before we call it a night, I do want to remind everybody that Jen is bringing a really good new show to the Flipside channel, and you guys just keep an eye on everything. I think you guys said you're recording now. Stuff should be coming out in October.
Yeah, I think we were playing with the idea of going live October 6th.
There you
Oh
go.
Lord.
There
We've
we
already
go.
realized he's more talented than the rest of us. We're good.
Yeah.
So
Step
it's going to
up.
be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really interesting, and we thank you for joining the crew. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah,
Anything else you guys? can
you're
think of?
way nicer than Nico.
Yeah. And more insightful and likable and all the things.
Well,
we just
there
need
is
to find
something.
her someone else to talk to. Maybe she can just talk to McClay.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not the crazy one. All right. Make sure you guys do us a favor and go check out Comic Barricade. Make sure you use the code CBSI Tales for 10% off and free shipping. They just released their Comic Barricade XL for magazine and slabs, which is awesome. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's comicbarricade.com. Code is CBSI Tales. Make sure you guys also check out Bird City Comics. They are releasing they have a new limited print run of a Tiggenverse variant or an homage on the Greg Horn virus variant done by Ryan Kincaid. Really cool. That's at birdcitycomics.com. You can check them out on Facebook for all that fun stuff. And make sure you check out 4Color Creations as well. Rick's doing some cool stuff over there, and we love him for it. Other than that, anything else, guys, that you can think of? I think we're going to call it a night.
Jen's at Comic Aficionado on IG.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't really post a ton. I'm still new to everything. But so wait, was TMNT gonna do something with a new something or other TV show?
I forgot about that. Is there a new Turtles something coming?
I mean, we keep hearing about it, but it's like Nickelodeon's gonna do it. It might be on Netflix. I don't know. It's kind of like
Alleged.
When are we gonna get a Turtles? We need a Turtles animation that is adult, like badass. Early Turtles.
Hold on. When you say adult, are you talking about like?
No, I'm not.
April O'Neil, or what are you going for?
The last iteration was very child. It
Like,
was very like.
I'll
very-
call Blind Adam.
I'm talking
Hold
about
on, I'll be
comic
right
books,
back.
like the stuff that's going on in comic books
are you
right
talking
now.
about, like how like they did Harley Quinn and how they're gonna do in Invincible.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like it's not based on for kids.
Yeah.
It's based on
Edgy.
Turtle fans. Yeah, Turtles fans that are grown up now that want to see like cool turtle stuff. That like what's going on in the comics. Their comics are not for kids. You know.
It would be Nickelodeon that would do that though.
I know, but I want that. I wish.
I think
we could
that's
get
kind of
that.
the problem, though, isn't it?
Yes, that is a problem.
Where the rights are owned.
Did you guys watch that? Oh man, it was like 2012, 2010. That series that came out, and I don't know if you guys read the new Turtles now.
Yeah.
And stuff, but like that series, I akin it to like Star Wars and Avatar, where the first season it takes a little bit to get going, but once you get going, a lot of the storylines. I mean, not only does that, it's like it's not cartoon, it's like an animation. CG. Oh man,
Like CG stuff.
yeah, like it's and it looks really kiddish at first, and then as they get going, they
Kind of like Rebels. I remember Rebels. I felt that way with.
yeah, they kind of put like aspects of the movies, of the comics, of like so in that series, it's like four seasons, 5 seasons long. They touched on all these things, and then when I was reading TMNT, the new series about like City at War, they did that like storyline kind of in that cartoon.
That's what I want. You're right. That City at War. Like I want that type of stuff, and I didn't know they did that in there.
They did it, but it's not going to be. It's still kid friendly, but it's still like, I enjoyed it. Like it was a good series. Like once you get past season 1 and it starts to really get going, you're like, oh shit, that's from the movie or that's from one of the books.
Aaron Yee brought up the Seth Rogen. Is Seth Rogen attached to this stuff?
Is he?
Shame on me. You would think I would remember this.
Let me look. I'm gonna look. Hold on. I want to know this. Seth Rogen is getting a pick reboot. Seth Rogen's Point Grey Pictures. Yep. A CG movie. Nickelodeon is rebooting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the big screen with Point Grey Pictures. Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver producing. It'll be an adaptation of the Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird created comic book. It will be CG animated.
Interesting.
So even if it is with Nickelodeon, it sounds like it still might be a little. I don't know. We'll see. If they're basing it off the comic book, off the Eastman and Laird book, that isn't for kids. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. Who knows? All right. All right, guys. Make sure you check out the Hot 10 on Friday, written by the one and only Ben Stein, who make sure you guys check out comicbookinvest.com for that every Friday. Keep your eyes peeled on the channel, not only for the Comic Book Women, which will be starting soon, but for also Tales from the Dark Side, our Star Wars show with Marco and Solo Wookie and the crew. And make sure you guys check out 3 Comic Book Monty. Shout out to Drunken Chat Son. They did their previews thing the other week, and it was crazy, absolutely nuts. And shout out to the Modern Playbook guys that actually had a really good, nice little live show going. That was a lot of fun that people enjoyed watching. So
super informative.
Yes, it was. It was very cool. Other than that, we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.